Number one, what does peace mean to you? Peace is the absence of conflict and turbulence and anger and negative emotions in general. That means it's feeling at ease with oneself and others. It's an inner tranquility and presence that is not rushed or under pressure. Number two, do we create peace or observe peace in the world? No, we do not create peace in the world. We create peace within ourselves. In fact, I believe that the attempt to create peace in the world or elsewhere or in others is a recipe for disaster. It is indeed trying to change others or prescribing peace to them or how they're supposed to be that conflict arises in the first place. We create peace within ourselves. And when we look at ourselves first and take responsibility for our own peace and the peace within our household, we radiate that outwards in ever-extending circles. So the peace you create within yourself affects the whole world as such. But the attempt to try to create peace on behalf of others has never worked throughout history. So it is now time for us, for everyone, to learn that they are responsible for their own peace. Number three, is creating peace a form of resistance to the problems that the world is facing? Well, first of all, I like to differentiate between genuine peace and coward's peace. Coward's peace is a fake peace at the expense of one's integrity, dignity, and freedom. So let's say somebody's angry and attacking me all the time, and I try to appease that person by changing myself or changing my values just so that there's peace in the house, so to speak. That's what I call coward's peace or fake peace. Genuine peace is if I can maintain my values, beliefs, and position, and the other can maintain their values, beliefs, and positions in mutual respect. That creates lasting peace. So that means I can have my way of life without putting others down, and at the same time I can respect other people's way of life without putting them down. And the reason there's not much genuine peace in the world is because we believe that we have to agree before there can be peace, and that's untrue. Genuine peace does not require agreement between two parties. It requires the respect of each other's positions. So creating peace, what comes before that is respecting the diversity of lifestyles, cultures, and beliefs. Number four, how can we generate peace within? We can do so by taking responsibility for our own peace instead of expecting others to restore peace within us. If we expect our partner to be responsible for our peace, or a country, or a politician, or a teacher, or a boss, we are denying our own responsibility. So the first step to create peace within is by taking responsibility for it. The second is to stop giving attention to and reacting to the lack of peace in your surroundings. And the third step is to deliberately practice the art of calm and the art of peace, no matter what happens. And for most people, that's quite a journey. That would be quite enough to do before we would even try to fix the world's problems. So I like to say, as long as there's not peace within yourself, there's really no point in lamenting the lack of peace in the world. Okay? You have a long enough journey to make finding the peace within yourself, the tranquility within you, through your own presence and meditation and proper breathing and responsibility. Number 5, how do we create peace in our surroundings? Again, by first finding peace within and allowing the radiance then to naturally influence one's surroundings. We do not create peace in our surroundings by prescribing it to others. We change first within, and then the mirror changes. You cannot expect a mirror to smile if you don't smile. So first within ourselves, and then it radiates to the house, and then to the neighborhood, and so forth and so on in ever-extending circles. Number 6, how can we be peaceful in the midst of chaos, specifically if we are living in an environment of conflict? Well, what I always recommend and have been recommending in this program is to first look within yourself. And if it gets too much out of hand, I recommend removing yourself from the environment of agitated people. So if you establish peace within yourself and the people around you are still unpeaceful, it simply means that they do not want peace. And that's when you can remove yourself from their surrounding. You will find that no matter where you are, there's always a more peaceful place you can locate yourself at. So for example, there's always countries in the world that have been at peace for as long as they exist. But even within countries in which there's a lot of conflict, you'll always find neighborhoods where it's more peaceful than others. And even if it's within only one household, you always find rooms in which it's more peaceful than others. So you first create peace within, and then if that still does not have the desired effect, you remove yourself from unpeaceful people. Because if you do not remove yourself from them, you are subconsciously consenting to their behavior. You're approving of their behavior. Your mere presence, continued presence with an unpeaceful person, means you agree that they can continue to behave in that way. Number 7, how can we use the reality creation technique to attain peace inwardly and outwardly? Well, obviously, if you are fulfilled and manifesting the things you prefer in life, if you're well fed, so to speak, there's no need to attack others or look down on others. You see, all anger and attack comes from frustration. The frustration of not living a fulfilled life, the life you would prefer. Number 8, how do we use the levels of energy scale to raise the reality of the world to the highest levels? And I say again, I do not recommend you attempt to raise the consciousness or the energy of the world. You do not attempt to change the external. You attempt to change the internal, yourself first. Again, all wars and conflicts come from trying to affect, manipulate, control, or influence others or the world. So what I prescribe is a journey of self-control, not the control of others. Raise your own energy first before fixing the world. Because through your own raised energy, the world is best served. Number 9, what is the role of an average citizen of the world in creating peace? Same answer. Look first within and find tranquility within. Number 10, what tools can be used to create a peaceful world? One of the tools to use is understanding when there's a conflict, a lack of peace, there's two things that need to happen. Understanding the other position is the first, and clearly communicating one's own position is the second. So most of the time we don't really put ourselves in the minds and emotions and the standpoint, the viewpoint of our so-called enemy. And if we ever want to have peace with an enemy, we have to understand where this enemy is coming from and why our so-called enemy thinks that he is right, okay? But the second step, it's not enough to do that. The second step is to be able to communicate to that so-called enemy your own authentic positions without changing them, without appeasing to the enemy, to communicate what you truly believe, so that eventually there's a mutual understanding and respect of the different positions. So again, it's not a matter of forcing agreement or trying to get agreement, trying to get approval. It's merely a respect and understanding of the differences and the similarities. So with any person or culture or thing, you will find differences and similarities, and both can be appreciated. Differences can become a cause of learning, fun, and joy. Differences do not have to be the cause of anger or insecurity. And the more confident you become within yourself, the more you are able not only to communicate your truth, but also respect the truth of others. It's really as simple as that, and I do think most people know that. Most people know the way, but very few are willing to walk it.